Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're really embarking on quite an extraordinary journey. It spans centuries, diving into a life that was, well, lived, yet almost entirely forgotten. We're exploring the captivating world from excerpts of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
That's right.
And our mission, really, for you, is to try and uncover that profound human need we all have for connection, for memory, for leaving some kind of mark on the world.
Even when it feels like the universe itself is trying to erase you.
Exactly.
And this story, it really throws up this fundamental question, doesn't it? What would it actually mean to live forever? See all of history unfold.
All the marvels, the tragedy.
But just be completely forgotten, instantly,
Yeah.
by everyone you meet.
The moment you look away.
Yeah. It makes you think about that deep longing we have for an imprint, a legacy. And what's the true, devastating cost of that kind of absolute isolation?
That is precisely the predicament of Adeline LaRue, born March 10th, 1707, Vion-sur-Sarthe, this quaint French village. And she wasn't one for the quiet life, was she? She was a dreamer, just brimming with this natural curiosity, this enthusiasm for a world way beyond her village.
Right. She wanted more.
She craved seeing art in Le Mans, tasting new foods, discovering things she hadn't even heard of, which of course clashed completely with what was expected of her.
Especially the impending arranged marriage.
Yeah. She saw that as just fading away, becoming, in her words, a vegetable left too long in the garden.
Such a vivid image.
Isn't it? And her father, a woodcarver, kind of unknowingly fueled her own artistic side, watching him create things.
And it's so important to get the context here. The sheer lack of choices for young women like Addie in, 18th century France.
Right.
Marriage wasn't really about love or choice. It was social structure, economics. It basically cemented your lack of options.
Like Isabel Thoreau in the story.
Exactly. Sweet and kind and utterly incurious. Content, Addie just wasn't built that way. Her spirit, that curiosity, refusing to just fit in, that was already a rebellion, really.
A radical act in itself, even before the magic, so to speak.
Absolutely. Setting her apart long before the deal.
Which brings us to that fateful night in 1707. She's desperate, running from this arranged future she just cannot face.
Flees into the woods.
Into the woods to pray. She's tried everything else. And she makes the sacrifice, her father's wooden ring.
A precious object.
But it wasn't the old gods her friend Estelle warned her about, was it?
No.
No.
It was the darkness that answered. This shadowy figure. Almost unnervingly, he looked like the stranger from her own drawings.
Creepy. And he offers her a bargain, one she maybe didn't fully grasp the implications of.
Well, it's a classic Faustian deal, but with this really insidious, unique twist. The terms gave her exactly what she thought she wanted most. Freedom, immortality, a chance to live, to be free, more time. She wouldn't die, wouldn't starve, wouldn't age.
Sounds good on paper.
But the price, the real poison in it. Everyone she meets forgets her instantly, the second she's out of sight.
Gone. Wiped clean.
And more than that, she can't leave a physical trace. Can't write her name, can't be in a photo. Just complete erasure from memory from the tangible world.
Like a ghost.
A non-existence, but while still existing. It's brutal.
And the effect is immediate, devastating. Her own mother calls her a demon, a monster, doesn't recognize her own daughter.
Imagine that terror and confusion.
And Estelle, her closest friend, just sees a stranger, asks if she's a spirit.
Heartbreaking.
And her father.
Her father.
He grabs her, pulls her out of the house with this sadness reserved for lost things, like a storm-torn tree, pushes her out, slams the door.
Just gone from their world in an instant.
Yeah.
And that kind of erasure, it creates this incredibly unique, profound loneliness. It's not just being alone. It's having your whole history, your identity, just vanish from everyone.
So she has to become this wanderer.
A perpetual wanderer, yeah. A ghost in plain sight. She gets incredibly resourceful, learning how to survive.
Like stealing bread in Paris.
Right, slipping across the oven like a cloud, swiping the nearest loaf, finding clothes. She manages the physical survival.
But the connection?
That's barred. Forever. No genuine, lasting human connection. But what's really striking, I think, is her realization.
What's that?
That she could live without food, without heat, but a life without art, without wonder, without beautiful things. She would go mad.
Wow. That says so much about what we need, doesn't it? Beyond just staying alive.
It's her anchor, the thing she clings to, that need for meaning, for beauty.
It really is powerful. But even with the curse stopping her leaving marks, she finds this incredibly clever way around it. through art.
Yes, she figures out that ideas are so much wilder than memories. They're like weeds, always finding their way up.
Love that line. And you see her spirit, her essence, just kind of bloom indirectly across the centuries.
Like with Arlo Murray.
Exactly.
Oh.
His 1721 sculpture series, Revenir. 5 wooden birds inspired by a broken one Addie found. He doesn't remember her, but the idea she sparked, it lives on.
Or Matteo Renati, the Italian artist, much later, 1806-ish.
Yes, his sketches. Ho portato le stelle letto. I took the stars to bed. And he always draws her with those 7 freckles, charted out like stars.
Consistently.
So her essence persists in these works, even though the artists themselves forget meeting her.
And this, I think, offers such a fascinating insight into what legacy even is. Maybe it's not always about being remembered by name, having your face known.
It's more subtle.
Yeah, maybe the real legacy is the ripple effect. The ideas you plant, the inspiration you spark, even unconsciously. That shapes the world in ways maybe a simple memory, which can fade anyway, can't.
So she's leaving her mark, just not in the way anyone, including her, expected.
Exactly. It really challenges our whole idea of what leaving an impression means.
So she found these workarounds, these amazing, subtle ways to defy the curse, but still, utterly alone for 300 years.
3 centuries. It's almost impossible to comprehend.
How long can anyone stand that constant erasure? Which brings us forward in time, way forward. March 2014, New York City.
The bookstore.
The Last Word bookstore, yeah. Addie walks in, meets Henry Strauss, the bookseller.
Oh, yeah.
And then the moment. She speaks to him, expects the usual blank stare.
She says.
He looks right at her and says, I remember you.
Chills. Just absolute chills after 300 years of invisibility.
She almost faints. The shock, the disbelief. Someone sees her, actually remembers her.
And that moment, that's the absolute pivot point of the whole narrative, isn't it?
It changes everything.
Henry remembers her. And the reason why is just, wow. He remembers because he also made a deal with the darkness.
Their curses, they interact somehow.
Yeah, it's like they cancel each other out, but only for them they create this little pocket reality, this shared space where they can remember each other. It's almost poetic.
And heartbreaking too, and you know why.
Definitely.
So Henry's story, it's just as poignant, really. September 2013, he's dealing with severe depression, feeling completely not enough.
On that rooftop.
Yeah. Contemplating ending it all. And he makes his own desperate bargain. Not for immortality, not like Addie.
No, something quieter.
He asks for just 1 year, a year of peace, to be loved, to feel enough for the people around him.
And it works. Eerily well.
Suddenly, his friends, Bea and Robbie, his family, his sister Muriel, the art critic, his brother David, the doctor, they all see him as this amazing guy. Outgoing, funny, ambitious, the perfect version he wanted to be.
But it's borrowed and timed.
Timed. Luke, the darkness, gave him this elegant watch, a visible countdown on that borrowed joy.
And the mechanics of how their deals work together are just fascinating. Addie's curse makes her forgettable to everyone.
Except
someone else who's made a deal with the darkness. And Henry, because his deal is about how others perceive him, he can see Addie for who she really is.
Because his core need isn't about her.
Exactly. As Addie figures out, what I want most, what I need, has nothing to do with you at all. What I want is for someone to remember me.
Their deals fit together, like she says, nest like Russian dolls together in a shell.
Creating this unique sanctuary, this shared reality where finally Addie is truly, truly seen.
It's
an almost cosmic alignment of their deepest needs.
And in that little sanctuary, they just connect. You see the sheer joy Addie feels just being remembered.
Those moments are so tender.
Playing pinball. And Henry accidentally types ADI on the high score screen. And it stays.
A tiny miracle.
A tiny crack in the curse. Or talking in Grand Central's whispering gallery.
Just being normal, being together.
But the biggest moment, the real confirmation, is at that art exhibit, Artifact. Addie draws her green spiral on the plexiglass wall, and like always, it starts to fade.
Predictably.
But then Henry takes her hand, writes her full name, Addie LaRue.
And it stays. It remains solid.
Real.
Wow. Proof.
Tangible proof of her existence, finally held in place by him.
And that's when he knows he has to write it all down. He starts keeping journals, recording her story, the invisible life of Addie LaRue.
So this partnership, born from these 2 separate, desperate bargains, becomes this powerful counterforce to her curse.
It really does. Addie, who inspires art but could never claim it, finally has someone to keep her story.
Her story keeper.
And Henry, who just wanted to be seen and loved, finds real purpose and maybe real love and giving that exact gift to her. It's this kind of reciprocal healing.
A shared existence that becomes more than just their individual deals.
Yeah, it's a testament to connection, even one born from such darkness, and how it can redefine everything.
But we know this sanctuary, this connection, it's fragile, it has a timer built in. Luke.
The darkness always returns.
We know about his annual visits to Addie over the centuries, always trying to tempt her, wear her down, get her to finally give up her soul.
His mocking tone, his belief that she belongs only with him.
Yeah, he sees human love as shallow, fleeting. He's been playing this long, cruel game with her.
And Luke's attachment to Addie, it's intense, almost possessive. She's not just another soul for him.
She's different.
She's a challenge. He's drawn to her defiance, her resilience, her pain even. It fascinates him. He doesn't want anyone else to have her, basically.
Sees Henry as an intrusion.
A personal affront. It's this really dark, twisted kind of obsession.
And then the tension just snaps. Luke shows up unexpectedly. At a bar, Addie and Henry are together, in their bubble.
And he shatters it.
With that awful, knowing smile.
Yeah.
He subtly points out that Henry's time is almost up.
Points to the watch.
The watch Luke himself gave Henry, showing the time ticking down. And Henry, just broken, has to confess to Addie, 35 days.
35 days left.
Yeah.
And the cruelty of it is just staggering. The one person in 300 years who remembers her, who sees her,
is about to die because of the very deal that let them connect.
Exactly. Their bond, their sanctuary, is threatened by the exact same force that enabled it. It highlights how precarious those deals made in desperation really are.
What an impossible situation for Addie, to finally be seen only to face losing it all again and so soon.
Unbearable.
But this is Addie LaRue. She doesn't just crumble. She gets furious, determined.
She confronts Luke.
Yes. In this desperate, powerful move to save Henry, she offers herself, her soul, takes his place.
It's not just a sacrifice.
No, it's her ultimate defiance, isn't it? Her ultimate act of love. Choosing Henry's life, his future, over the freedom from Luke she's craved for centuries.
And Luke, always the deal maker, he sets his terms.
What are they?
He says, spend the night with me, give me that, and I'll consider freeing Mr. Strauss from his obligations.
And she accepts.
She accepts. Trading her freedom, the very thing she bargained for originally, for Henry's life. And, maybe just as importantly, for her own continued remembrance in some form.
Her priorities have completely shifted.
From self-preservation to preserving connection, preserving love.
So the outcome, it's intensely bittersweet, isn't it? Henry wakes up the next morning, Addie's gone.
But he remembers everything.
He remembers, and he finds the journals, his own handwriting filled with her story, the invisible life of Addie LaRue.
He finally understands the full picture, her life, her sacrifice for him.
Everything.
And this creates such a profound, lasting legacy for Addie in a way maybe even she didn't anticipate. Her new deal means Luke has to remember her. Always.
So she's not completely alone anymore, not truly forgotten.
Even if her companion is the darkness itself. But crucially, Henry, now free from his own deal, lives. And he becomes her story keeper.
Immortalizing her in his book.
Exactly. His writing becomes her monument. Proof of a life that fought against erasure and, in a way, won. Her existence becomes a narrative. She's not invisible anymore.
It's a different kind of immortality, one built from love, story, and sacrifice.
Precisely.
Addie LaRue's journey is it's incredible when you lay it all out. From that forgotten dreamer in a tiny village
to someone whose story finally breaks through.
Her first wish for freedom led to such isolation, but her last act, an act of love, created this whole new kind of remembrance.
It really makes you ponder, doesn't it? If memories can be so fragile, so easily wiped away, what actually makes a life well lived?
What truly lasts?
Is it just the moments of connection we grab? Is it the stubborn defiance of a dreamer against impossible odds? Or is it the stories we manage to leave behind, ensuring that somehow, some part of us is always remembered, echoing on?
A powerful thought to leave things on. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into memory, love, and the incredible power of a story.
Always a pleasure.
We hope you remember to join us next time on The Deep Dive.